Rem na siam tu de chu aneng a thole pathian fa vo an ni don sia. It is a great privilege and honor for me to be with the Honorable Vice President of India and Chairman of Rajya Sabha, Sri M. Venkaiah Naidu, here in this august house. Sir, I, on behalf of this house and on behalf of Mizoram, welcome you here. The Honorable Vice President of India, Sri Venkaiah Naidu, is a visionary leader who has rendered tireless service to the nation. Now may I invite the Honorable Vice President of India, Sri M. Venkaiah Naidu, to address the House.
Kaunahu du tak tevu chibai kule inbula kalam dehi kalam em yamani. Honorable Governor Dr. Haribabu Kamampati, Sri Rarinariwa Dana Saido, Honorable Speaker of the Legislative Assembly, Sri Pu Joramatangaji, Honorable Chief Minister of Mizoram, leaders of various parties, Honorable members of Mizoram Legislative Assembly. I am really delighted to be here in this beautiful state, this beautiful assembly, to meet and address you in this august house. This is the highest law-making body and truly epitomizes our democratic principles and ethos. I, being not only as the Vice President, but as the Chairman of the Upper House of India, I feel happy whenever I go to any state to meet the legislators, and particularly to address a state assembly. I would like to thank the Honorable Speaker, Honorable Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister, ministers and all the members and party leaders of the Mizoram Legislative Assembly for giving me this opportunity. At the outset, I convey my greetings and my best wishes to the people of Mizoram. I was told that this year is the 50th anniversary of the Mizoram Legislative Assembly with the Golden Jubilee celebrations slated to be held in May. I congratulate all the members, the past and the present of this august house on this historic occasion. It is a happy coincidence that this year we are also celebrating 75 years of independence as an independent nation. Your Assembly's Swarna Mahotsav and the country's Azadi Ka Amrita Mahotsav celebrate India's remarkable progress in the democratic journey. 50 years ago, Mizoram became a separate entity and started its journey as a union territory and later became a full-fledged state of the Union of India on the 20th February 1987, becoming the 23rd state in India. I am especially pleased at the way Mizoram has deepened our country's democratic roots by peaceful electoral process, graceful conduct of legislators in the Assembly, and sustained inclusive development endure over the last 5 decades. We need to recognize the exalted place that law-making bodies occupy in the public perception. It is indeed the sacred place where people's voices are articulated and heard, where their hopes and fears are debated, where the laws that protect them foster their growth and enable fast-tracked national development are formulated. It is gratifying to note that the sessions of the House, of this House, are conducted with the utmost discipline, diligence, and decorum. You have indeed upheld the trust, hopes, and aspirations that people have reposed in you as their representatives. I was going through the different phases and also inquired about the functioning of the legislature. I am really very happy about the performance of Mizoram legislature. I congratulate all of you in setting a high benchmark that the other state legislatures and even the parliament can emulate. As I told you, being the chairman of Rajya Sabha, I preside over the upper house, but sometimes, unfortunately, when things go out of the way and there is too much obstruction, we feel unhappy. I feel pained as the chairman of the upper house when disturbances take place. In democracy, legislatures are meant for debate, discussion, and decision, not for disruption. In Parliament, in Assembly, you have an opportunity to articulate your views, to discuss the proposals made by the government, differ with the government, and have a meaningful debate so that the government also can be benefited, the bureaucracy also can be guided by the valuable suggestions that are made by legislators from this side or that side. So that's why I tell my parliamentarians, I tell legislators in different parts of the country, because when I see disturbances in certain legislatures, happenings even during governor's address or during presentation of budget, and disturbances occur, it pains me. I tell people, please, if you want to articulate your views, there are two ways. Either talk out or walk out. Don't make a breakout, because it will make all out of democracy. This has to be, I am saying this not for the legislators of Mizoram. I am saying this for the legislators of the entire country. When I say something as Vice President, the Chairman of the Rajya Sabha, it goes and reaches to people in different regions. That's why. And I always maintain, let the government propose, let the opposition oppose, and let the House dispose. That should be the approach. Then the people's aspirations are heard, respected, and decisions are taken by the legislature. That's why I congratulate all of you in setting a high benchmark that other state legislatures and even the parliament can evaluate. Mizoram has demonstrated the power of dialogue and peaceful settlement of disputes so essential in a democracy. The signing of the historic Memorandum of Settlement between Government of India, Government of Mizoram and the Mizo National Front in 1986 ended more than 2 decades of unrest and strife and ushered in peace and progress. Peace is the prerequisite for progress. If you have tension, you cannot pay attention. This has to be understood by one and all. So all of us who are all part of this great country, we must all work for peace. And peace brings happiness. Peace brings prosperity and also happiness. The peace accord has served as an example upon which similar peace agreements have become a reality in the other parts of the northeastern region. You must be proud that Mizoram today is not only counted as one of the most peaceful states in the country, but has embarked upon the developmental journey with a rare earnestness. This is ultimately what our constitutional makers have dreamt of. They wanted our country's governance to be responsive to the needs and aspirations of the people and resolve differences through peaceful democratic conversation. I must congratulate the people of Mizoram for their total involvement, which gave an extraordinary momentum to the political process, as a result of which the state witnessed the restoration of peace and order. It is quite remarkable that your state has had peaceful elections right from the first state assembly elections in 1987 to the recent 2018 election. Significantly, I am told that there has been never a single instance of coercion or booth capturing in the history of Mizoram. I am very happy to note that your state has taken the laudable initiative of strengthening grassroots level democracy. As well, the Honorable Governor, Dr. Haribabu Kamampati, has informed me that regular elections have been held in the state at local levels in a peaceful, harmonious environment with the active involvement of the church, the non-governmental organizations, and the civil society. This is truly a tribute to the character of the people determined to enhance the quality of the country's democratic ethos. Mizoram occupies a special place in my heart. Its rich history, and splendid cultural diversity, its rolling hills, lakes and rivers, and breathtaking scenic beauty have always held enduring appeal for me. It is indeed commendable that you have carefully nurtured and preserved this fascinating mosaic of ethnic and cultural traditions over the centuries. Warmth, generosity, gentleness, kindness, and compassion are defining and enduring attributes of the Mizo people. I feel greatly enthused and inspired when I visit Northeastern region. Prime Minister Narendra Bhai Modi has often spoken about the strength and possibility of the region and the immense collective potential it possesses. Truly, the 8 states, Ashtalakshmi, as some have called them, are the pride of our great nation. The Prime Minister Narendra Bhai, while pronouncing the Actist policy in 2014, underlined that Northeastern region would be its fulcrum, and this region would emerge as an effective growth engine for shared benefits. He further stressed that culture, commerce, and connectivity and capacity building would propel this policy. I always say, and I believe, that we must respect the nature. Nature, culture, together for better future. That should be our approach. Mizoram occupies an area of strategic importance in the northeastern corner of our great nation by virtue of being sandwiched between Myanmar in the east and south and Bangladesh in the west. Within the renewed Actist policy of the Government of India, Mizoram is set to occupy the center stage as it will serve as an all-important gateway of Southeast Asian economies into the region as well as into the country. I am confident that in the coming years, Mizoram will become a fulcrum in the region's growth and development through the important Kaladan multimodal project, which when completed will transform the economy of not only just Mizoram, but the entire northeastern region and help accelerate economic growth and development. Even though Mizoram was a late starter in the developmental process as compared to other northeastern states, I am extremely pleased to note that the rapid strides being made by this important state towards socio-economic development with completion of several infrastructure projects. This kind of transformation is clear evidence of resurgence, what I had earlier called NER in NER, NER in NER, which means the new era of resurgence in the Northeast region. The COVID-19 pandemic has tested our nation's strength and resilience. I am told that Mizoram continues to be among the hardest hit states. I am happy to note that Mizoram has been able to fight the pandemic effectively due to the untiring efforts of communities, churches, community-based organizations. This unique model based on the Twalmangana, the Mizo Code of Ethics and Life as the guiding principle has been the mantra of Mizoram's fight against the pandemic. The synergy of collective efforts has apparently contributed to low mortality and low hospitalization rates. Mizoram has exemplified the essential dimension of democracy in its recognition of making development people-centric and empowering people to become active agents of positive change. The truest measure of a progressive state is the welfare of its people and their development. It should be the effort of the government to ensure that the benefit of growth reaches all sections of society, the poorest of the poor. They should feel happy that they have become partners in the developmental story of their state and the country. I am happy to learn that the state government flagship program, the Socio-Economic Development Program, SEDP, which seeks to bring about socio-economic development that is inclusive and people-centric. It is heartening that the latest Sustainable Development Goals, SDG India Index 2021, Mizoram has improved its ranking from the 21st position in 1920 index to the 12th position in 2021 index. It's a remarkable progress. I congratulate all of you, the government and all of you, for this remarkable progress. The resources and assets, where they are agroforestry based resources, particularly the bamboo-rich resource of the state, the river resources, the congenial weather must be harnessed in all possible ways to make sustainable development a reality. Under the leadership of the able Chief Minister, I am sure that the state government will achieve its SDGs. Mizoram's impressive track record has enabled it to draw upon a substantial support from the union government and various agencies for its development endeavors. Center, state must always work together. State and the local bodies, they must all work together. Because this unity, with regard to development, that will really help to accelerate the developmental process. This is evident. The central government allocation of funds to the tune of 600 crores in the union budget this year for two important projects under the newly announced Prime Minister Development Initiative for Northeast scheme. These two projects, construction of Aizwal bypass on the western side from Chawhma to Mulungathu for rupees 500 crores and 100 crores for the pilot project for construction of bamboo link roads at different locations in various districts in the state will go a long way in boosting the state's economy and securing livelihood for many people. I would like to emphasize crucial importance of physical infrastructure, particularly transport infrastructure, as a key prerequisite for economic development. I am aware that the state government is focusing on this, and I will encourage them to continue their efforts. I am happy that certain projects like Champhai, Jokwatar Road, Trabang, Kavapuche and Chumkum Chote Road constructed with World Bank Fund and Serchiship Bairpui Road constructed under the Asian Development Bank were completed last year. I am told that the construction of the broad gauge line from Bairabi to Sihmui near Aizwal is making good progress. I had an occasion to see it while coming also. Once it is completed, it will open up new growth avenues and usher a new era of progress and development. Along with infrastructure development, you are quite appropriately focusing your attention on agriculture and allied activities like horticulture and floriculture. In Mizoram, like many parts of the country, agriculture is the main occupation, and some of the major festivals like Mimkot, Chapcharkot and Polkot in Mizoram are connected with agricultural activities. Agriculture is our basic culture. It has to be strengthened. Development of agriculture is essential for bringing about overall prosperity and attaining food security. Sustainable agricultural practices must be encouraged and promoted. In addition, Mizoram has a great potential for expanding horticulture and floriculture. Orchids and arthuriums, for example, can not only generate additional income to farmers, but also make Mizoram a favorite tourist destination. The Anthurium festival and the traditional festival of Chapcharkot, which you celebrate just week, can also help the promotion of tourism. Mizoram is blessed with rich forest resources which need to be preserved and protected. We have inherited a beautiful planet, and it is our moral duty to leave enough resources for our future generations. This requires an attitude of caring for nature, avoiding wasteful consumption, and increasing the use of renewable sources of energy, namely hydroelectricity. There is a lot of scope for this. Solar and wind and biomass. This area should be focused more and more. Mizoram has great scope for small-scale industries based on bamboo and timber products, agro-industry, handloom and handicrafts, as well as medicinal and aromatic plants. The beautiful Mizo shawls and the pawn of different designs reflect the weaving skill of the Mizo woman. Your state indeed richly endowed with natural resources, and you are nurturing human resources well through education and health. I am happy to note that Mizoram attained a literacy rate second only to Kerala among the states. With their highest literacy level and English language skills, the youth of Mizoram enjoy a distinct advantage. This talented large pool of human resources is today scripting Mizoram's development journey and of the nation as well. I always feel that we must promote our mother tongue. You will be able to articulate better, our children think and articulate better in their mother tongue. I always say, mother tongue is like your eyesight. Other languages are like spectacles. If you have eyesight, spectacles will work effectively. Learning English is good. It will be useful. I suggest to the children, first promote your mother tongue, learn English, learn Hindi, as many languages as possible. Because the world is opened up. Opportunities are many, a number of places. So, when we move out, we must be able to understand and also speak their language. But here, at home, within ourselves, we must converse in our mother tongue. That is my appeal, not only to Mizo people, but also to the entire country. While we have steadily strengthened our country's democratic fabric and have set a shining example of ideal democratic traditions, I thought there are few areas of further improvement that you may take note of. 2 days ago, on 8th March, the world celebrated International Women's Day. It was an occasion to recognize that our development strategy must fully involve women. Their participation in all walks of life can accelerate development and make our developmental process more inclusive because they constitute 50% of the population. This also is in keeping with the central principle of a vibrant democracy where each person has equitable opportunities to grow and contribute to the growth of our country. An issue that I would like to flag is the representation of women in legislatures of our country. It is generally perceived that women enjoy a better position in the socio-cultural and political matrix of this region, given its cultural ethos. But I find representation of women in the legislative assemblies of the northeastern states is on the lower side. While the assemblies of Mizoram, Nagaland do not have any women members, it ranged from 2 in case of Manipur to 5 in the Tripura Legislative Assembly. Of the total 498 members in the 8 legislative assemblies of the region, there are only 20 women members constituting only 4%. There is a strong case for involving more women members in the law making in the region. Even in the parliament, women constitute only about 11%. There is a scope for increasing it and improving it. I sincerely hope that in the years to come, women will get elected in considerable strength to this assembly also. You also may like to examine if the assembly sessions should also be planned over a reasonable period of time so that there is enough time to deliberate, discuss, debate, and finally decide. Comparatively, you meet more when compared with some of the other states. So I hope that all state legislatures, all across the country, and also parliament, they must meet more often, discuss issues, and then take decisions. So more sittings of legislature and more constructive debates are very useful. The legislatures, including that of Northeast states, need to meet more often and for longer duration and devote themselves to lawmaking, ensuring an accountability. With ample natural resources and a conducive atmosphere, the close-knit Mizo society can aspire to become one of the most prosperous states in the country. I am touched by the warm welcome and colorful reception you have accorded me today. I would like to thank the Honorable Governor, Honorable Chief Minister, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Ministers and MLAs and leaders of parties and the Government of Mizoram. The Honorable Governor of Mizoram has been a long-term friend, right from my student days, and colleague. We have worked together in public life. I am happy to visit Mizoram while he is here. I once again convey my greetings and good wishes to each one of you, honorable members of this august house, and all the people of Mizoram for your dedication, hard work, and your untiring efforts to make your beautiful state into one of the most prosperous and peaceful states in the country. Let us continue to work as a Team India, capitalizing on each other's strengths with the ultimate aim of transforming the lives of our people in this region. We should not only make people prosperous, we must make them happiness. Happiness. That is very important. As we celebrate 75 years of development, independent India, Azadi Ka Amrita Mahotsav, we must resolve, take a Mahasankalpa, a pledge to strengthen the grand democratic tradition of our nation. We must ensure that our state assemblies and parliament become effective instruments for shaping the new India with all our dreaming of. We want a strong, stable, peaceful, prosperous, happy nation, where there is no illiteracy, where there is no poverty, where there is no social discrimination, where there is no regional discrimination, where there is no gender discrimination. We would like to see and work for such a strong, stable, and happy India. Our democracy is one of the oldest and the largest in the world. So let us make it the best. Jai Hind, khawm.
Inspiring message. The two good friends will work together for the betterment of our state. Now, may I request Pujoram Thanga, Honorable Chief Minister of Mizoram and Leader of the House, to propose vote of thanks.
Propose words of thanks. Vote has to be avoided.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
His Excellency, the Vice President of India, Sri Venkaiah Naidu, and His Excellency, the Governor of Mizoram, and Honorable Speaker of the Legislative Assembly of Mizoram. Today, it's my great privilege, and I'm proud to be here to welcome the Vice President of India, because here in one of the most corner state of India, it's a very difficult timing, let me say, that for the people living there in Delhi, coming to Mizoram and spend some time, even to stay for a day, is quite a big problem. Despite all these things, we understand that Your Excellency, apart from your office burden there as a Vice President of India, but even as a Chairman of the Rajya Sabha, you have been burdened with a lot of problems here and there, and a busy time that you shall be having. In spite of all these things, you can come to Mizoram, and it's a great privilege for the people of Mizoram to welcome you. And today, when you made an address here in the Assembly, we are really delighted. As you yourself has said, Your Excellency, here in the state of Mizoram, we have a very lovable governor of Mizoram from your state, from the Andhra Pradesh. And as people jokingly made a comment that in the Shakespeare's drama, there is the two gentlemen of Verona. Here we are having a two gentlemen from Andhra, and Vice President and the Governor. And I wonder whether people will believe that all the people coming from Andhra have a high altitude. But nevertheless, with all these things, we really welcome. And despite our busy schedule of the budget session, we are really pleased when we see your program. Therefore, I believe that since you have come to Mizoram before, and here, that really shows that you really care for Mizoram. And apart from this vote of thanks, I like to mention 1 or 2 points in my vote of thanks. One is that, as you yourself has said, the session that you have there in the Rajya Sabha and even in the Lok Sabha, we witnessed there through the television, etc. Comparing with our session, it really is different. Here, the session that we are having, some people jokingly used to say that it's like a meeting of a religious organization. Here, there is no problem. We share our views together, sometimes argue together, and it is with this peaceful and exemplary atmosphere that we used to have a session here. And we are addicted to that. And we are really happy to have a kind of this beautiful atmosphere in the session. And we like to make it contagious to the neighboring states and to the parliament, the 2 parliament houses of India also. That is one point. The second thing is that here, as you have rightly said, that Mizoram used to be the most disturbed state. But since 1986, when peace came, it became the most peaceful state. And remembering this, with the central government giving us, and which has never been given before, a very beautiful coining which we call peace bonus, which other states never know. So now you have, a long time ago, in the 2000s, in the beginning of 2000, you have given us the peace bonus, which we are really grateful. And now we are intending to export that peace to the neighboring states. As Your Excellency knows, here we are surrounded in the east by Myanmar, in the west by Bangladesh, and in the north and there in the northwest, surrounded by the northeastern states, full of insurgency. Look at Manipur, look at Assam, Meghalaya, and Nagaland, and there in the Chittagong Hill Tracts, there in Arakan, and now comes Myanmar. There's a big conflagration of fire of insurgency surrounding us here. But Mizoram, being the meeting point of the 3 countries, this triangular junction point, we're trying to show how peace can be attained from the most disturbed state to the most peaceful state. And a decade ago, even the Myanmar military government requested Mizoram and the government of India to make peace, for which, together with the National Security Advisor, Mr. Doval, we went to meet the Myanmar representative, and we are about to embark on that peace mission. But because of the election, and then things could not go on as we wish. But now, as I understand, the Myanmar government is embarking on requesting the government of India to make peace in our neighbor. Therefore, it is my belief that the greatest things Mizoram can do, the Mizo people can do, is export peace to the neighboring state. Inasmuch as we are exporting the type of the assembly session atmosphere which we are exporting, therefore exporting peace to our neighbors, which we have been doing for quite a long time, we shall be able to achieve a lot. And with this, Mizoram being the symbol of peace in India, the most successful peace accord ever signed by the government of India. I believe that, as our speaker has read out there, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. I believe that India will play a very important role in making peace with Myanmar and in the neighboring states. So with your coming, Your Excellency, the Vice President of India, we hope that you will have the habit of coming often here. The only thing that we can offer is a fresh, beautiful air, unpolluted air that we have, which is a rare commodity down there in Delhi. Without charging any price, we can give you this beautiful, unpolluted air here. Apart from that, Mizoram people, the Legislative Assembly, we are ready to serve the nation in the field of economy, in the field of peacemaking, and in the field of the social disturbances in the present catastrophic world. I hope that we shall achieve quite a lot, and I hope that your coming here will give a big impetus to the Legislative Assembly and to the people of Mizoram. So in the name of the members of the Legislative Assembly of Mizoram and in the name of the people of Mizoram, we welcome you and give a lot of thanks for your visit. Thank you very much, Excellency.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Zoram Tanga, House Leader. Now, the proceedings of this session with the Honorable Vice President and Chairman of the Upper House of our great countries is now concluded. All members and honorable vice presidents are requested to proceed for photo session, group photo session. Thank you, sir. Ole tu na churin zone le chana kan kalanga kan members of the pusil sivunga tak sahar sana wangin a local thailo ani question number za somre le pakhana zo turin Dr. Vanal thana kan some
speaker kalome hey soilo ka du chu an start ka zone ya engemo kan ena an start so lo ni nge ke ma zona apo amaro chu kan minister khan a thui palani chon lo chang toy po ni se ka se thiam nge ti kha kan soi masadu ani kan taxation department chang tu minister zom tak chana tan ena kumsang ni som bakwa atangin champhai district le kolasip district in karatan way bill way bill tiamin engsa nge siamani to item voice-in ti ania bina kumsang ni som paria atangin champhai district le kolasip district in kar atana way bill atangin sarkara chi engsa thuk nge lut to item voice-in sina kumsang ni som bakwa som ni atanga tun thlengin POL atangin engzan nge vet mu ani to ini
char turin na chang tu minister of the pulal cham lena kan some
speaker kalome member zone tak Dr. Vanal thana zona na char na chu GST dan loya EY bill system hi aman dan tu dik tak fully functional man thei ni to ma se a hloma record in na management information system MIS hei hi GSTN centralina an buat sayania MIS hi du tu samin state level en thei turin siam pe fel ala nilova chuwangin kumsang ni som pakwa tanga champhai district le Kolosip district in Kara way bill siamzat item ois hi tun din huna hian soi mai thei anilo bina sangni sompori ta tangin champhai district le Kolosip district in Kara tana way bill tangin sarkara chiangzat theunge luto item oisin ti hi way bill hi sumdong te in Kara chialak na chi bung ruwa rang chevel chin chian man ruani in chi ol ruk tur do na poimo tak ani sumdong ten bung ruwa te hi an thal le huna chau chi hi awma wangin iwoi bil record alang zong zong hi chia lut zat ani kher lova chu wangin azat hi soi chia thei lo ani sina sang hi som pakwa sang hi som hi tanga tun thlengin POL tangin engzat nge vat mu ani to kum sang ni som pakwa som ni awa atanga tun thleng January som ni pani thleng POL tangin vat mu to za chu vaibel cheng noi singthum sang sari zanga somruk panga singthum sangriat zathum somli le paruk ani hetiang hi a break up ani sang ni som pakwa le som ni inkar chungin vaibel che za som pasari nuai som sari panga singriat sang thum zani som pasari sang ni som ni le ni khat chungin vaibel chia za som le pathum nuai som pakhat sanga zariat som sari le pali sang ni som ni pakhat le ni chungin vaibel chia za som li le pali nuai som sari le pariat singli sang kwa zani somnga panga avain cheng vaibel chia zathum som sari le panga nuai som ruk panga singthum sangriat zathum somli le paruk ani
so bel jo turin members of the balal thana Dr. Balal thana so me
to speaker kalome toite turani district thar pathum kan ne te hian taxation office hontum aniem sum lampang kan harsa a khalama te pokhan apui thei be sei naril ru te po ani atin apa ni na chuan kha na thokho list khan enila taxation officer te post kha lo ruak nual meya khang te kha no kha thoi tum nau mem ti kha kan zobel ani
le chang turin chi chang tu minister jom tak ul cham le ka so me
Speaker tundin muna chuan district thar pathuma te hian taxation office hon tumna omri lo ti kha azona pakhat na ka chan na ni se pani na chuan post ro khatam maya no kha ni se tia o no kha tumna omem tia hei hi kan tum ve renga ma se kan riat theu angin austerity measure awangin deal ran pa te ngaya deal po chun kan hotling hei thei lova chuwangin tum reng chungin kan la hotling thei lo ni ti kha ka chan na ni
star question ja samri le panhina jo turin dr banlal tanpuya so me members on tak
Speaker Kalome General Administration Department Changtu Minister Zom tak kan Chief Minister ne na ka zo na pakhat na Lengpui Airport chei thatnan financial year 2021 to 22 chungin poisa engzat nge da ani pani na Lengpui Airport hi Airport Authority of India ne na hlan tumna a omem pathumna aom lo chuan enge achan ti ni
chang turin GAD chang tu ni bok chief minister jom tak MIZORAM tha kan so me
Speaker kan member jom tak Dr. Vanal John Puijo na chan na chu hetiang ani Lengpui Airport che chatnan financial year sang ni somni pakhat atanga ni chungin poiseng zan nge da ani ti kha Lengpui Airport che chatnan financial year sang ni somni pakhat somni pani chungin sarkarin arhan pain state budgeta poisa ada lo ti ania tin bina Lengpui Airport Authority of India AAI ya hemi ne na hlan tumna omem ti ania Lengpui Airport tun din huna Airport Authority of India ne na hlan tumna omlo ti ania tin apathumna a omlo chuan enge chan ti ania achan na chu AAI le Mizoram sarkar inkara in rimna terms and condition acceptable to both parties ala thelo wangin ani
zo belda zo turin azona nei tu dr banlal tanpuya so me
Speaker Kalome kan Chief Minister ne na zo belna ka zo du ma in Lengpui Airport chei that mek ani hilomom maya kan ram mel mang lan na masaber khwal zin ten hanon kan raman ron luan mel mang huna masaber ania ti taka chei that han ni hilomom ka tia kan Chief Minister thanem ngai na te alomom ka tia ni thalai te hian ram changkang nei hi kan chak maya atia ngal airport thatak mai kan thalai te poina an chuan tur kan han siam thei hilomom ka ti ni ka zobel na chu hemi helicopter service ram chunga mi sang hawa hian aizol to lunglei service a hian lunglei a tum hun komzol air helicopter tum huna hian in thiar na mu mal tha hi om tat lo maya dam lo te hi atlang puin helicopter mang te dam lo te an lo ni thina wang hian elai a hian har sanan tok na sai mem thina in thiar na mu mal thazok te min da sak theigem komzol helipad a hian ti thi ka zobel na ni kalome
zo bela zo turin member jon dr jedar thiam sianga so me
Speaker Kalome ka zobel na chu helicopter service poimo khop maya tur kan ga tha ta khanin samphai khi azo tang hianin ne ahla khop medam lo tan to tun lai kong ti len lai de wang hianin dam lo mang tak ta po hianin chan hi hara tuna hianin thole ni lai tho tan inrin ni a hian service om thina inrin dia chon voi thumania ba khi vui khatan dia chu wang chuanin hilai khi dam lo te tan le mi mang te tan min ti bel sak thengem ti hi ka zot dua tin eleng pui mai ni lo hi thona tum hun hi district danga lungle ya te champha yang te po hianin a tu ma khan en to thin khan nin ka khia helai hi ruaman tumna omem ti kha ka zot bel dua tin pakhat ZAD chan te uthonia rural development lama chon kan zot to Mizoram hianin ne atak tak ti tu chu ZAD hi ni wangin RD block hi he nakla na chon som sari le tin ya Mizoram hian som ni le paruk vel khri so lo chon ni ria heng hi ti pun theida na omangem do ta se kabial nala na te khianin da ve theiniang em ti hi ka zo na ni pu speaker kolome
thầy ang sang turin sang tu minister kan jom kan some CM jom tak
ale pu speaker zona nei tu kan member jom tak Dr. Valna Chanpuye zona helicopter service ai zola tanga lungle in car thlok china kan kom zola in thierna tha omlova minda sak thayeng em atia in thierna emi ngotani chuan til manto turani lo kan special assistance atanga ti tur khan lo hisab ula lo siam te turin ron ti ula kan lo siam ngan mai lom atam lawang chu kha chu tin emi a yan kan soibel du chu heta zona ron kena khan Airport Authority of India pek tumna omem ti khania min nor na sathei kopa min pero wan tia amaro chu dik tak chuan kan trong an huat thu suwa an mani point midang ne na pek tuma privatize tuma hen be chur lainia ke ni an petaila Airport Authority of India na hemia deficit airport ang kung silcharang te anan nei a imfal te ponianga a thang lo reng maya a khoro reng maya ke ni poisa nei tle berin ti tak kan ti chuan tuna kan airport building te ku kan zo chuan north east a yen a thaber te jinga mi ani don chiang khopa chu wangin Airport Authority of India kan pek chuan tekin tu tren katinan soyangin bong anute asor thei chu sor a chopek lam ngai tu lem lo tiang kha kan thengang ti kan lawa chuwen kan ramina nei tu taka kanan nei chuan a than po thang chaka chu wangin ku kan la in pek thei lo na nia ka terms and condition an ti pokan an ni yen he ta enge ni athum lai chin zong han sor chua abang ke ni ar tui chum na tui hang min pe khan tum deu thina chu wangin khangot chuan a thalove kan tia chu wangin hey puria aviation minister ani lai po khan ka zukalin min nor na sakop maya ngoi ro ka tia fiam tuin ka pum pel sakzela kan fanu yele telu tuk pasal nei tamala ni logi kanan chom liananga ti chuan alo puitlina pasal la nenga in la donia ka tia fiam tuin ti kan nam nu liam thina chuti lai chuan India airline service te airport te po privatization in an kal lai takania ke ni na kan pe khian engkim hi ding tut mayang ti ka kan lava khawang kan pek lo na chan po pakata ni ti kan soitel zok duani tin kan member zom tak Dr. Zedat Thiam Sanga zona ka aizol tu champaya mi hi a flight a here bel thenge mantia ka kan lo enanga hey kan du belania ti kan tranem kopa eng poni sela tuna hian a helicopter po hi alian chi lo ti hian a thang em ti tenen kan buk lai me ka oma ka a passenger pon tam the na jok tur le ati pun the na dan tur ka kan lo enange tin airport dang siam tum na omem airport dang siam mi pakhat kan nei po hian hau tak khopa adang an siami Air Force ho hian an soya sota lung lei thanga enge ni kan entrin ka kom zon dilo side 2 mo khalai te kha vainula Air Force tan so airport thataka chimlampang atan atangkai dona song te so kan tia ngoru kan lo enangen tia an ho tu notice an ho tu te chuan kan vainangen tia maro chu kan covid nen an man la ron la ri lova khatiang ani lo chuan keima ni state ina airport dang han siam chu rinai a hau tak maya project ki kan la nei ngam chi lova kan din muna zirzelin kan lai nang chu tin RD block siam pun the ni em na lan te telin ti ka eng puni se RD block hi nia kan la nei tam lutuk lova siam pun tum na hi a ompo oma cabinet a po rotna oma kan la ngai tuanga amar chu khoya tak nge kan tin chin tiro chu kan la thir don nia
Star question number za somre le pathumna zo to remember zom tak pulal duma so mangu
Speaker PHE changtu minister zom tak ka zo na chu na alternate gravity water supply scheme top 2 contractor hitunge agreement copy min pethayem bina estimate zat sina na tho tran hun dina na tho zo hun tur ina na tho zo to zat physical and financial achievement percentage f na mifing achom thei tur zat g a cover tur area teni
chang turin PHE chang tu deputy chief minister zom tak puton le kan so me
Speaker, member zo tak se chief bill tu zo na achan na not to alternate gravity water supply scheme top 2 contractor here MS Crum Infracon Private Limited and Vickers and Associates JV Noida and the agreement copy min pe them ti kha thei ya kan thil telem o kan ron pek lo point kan pe thei ye ta point ka kola kha ka chu apu ale do na gin kha ka chu kan pe thei ye estimate za bina estimate thi cheng nuai xin khát sáng khát giặc quá Asia bên đi cái tại hiện state GST nuôi zali somret point pathum panga atela central sarkarin state GST telovin cheng nuôi xin khát sáng khát zali som pakwa point paruk panga cho min ron sang son ani he na ye pum puin tender ani contractor hian moi sin kha sang kha zani som nga in aron changa he hi pom ani contractor kan pek na chu nuai sin kha sang kha zani som nga ani chuan na tho chân hun ti he September ni som pani sang ni som pakwa atang khan na he tho chân ani di na tho zo hun tu chu ni som thum jun sang ni som ni pani kumin hi ani ma cho kan thia theu angin sang ni som ni ma tha atangin COVID sipuin wo in thangin min ki boya an labor te an workforce tam tak pharamami te an honga an technical person te an hong lo thelo wa chu wangin thọ hun tu dọ hun tu thì chú cắn bể hết ngay đó nè chú thì chúng chọn na chú anh thấy tốt anh cho in cắn sẹo si ina na thọ to ra physical achievement chú 60.10%. Ani financial achievement chú cheng vai bel se somriat noi somnga pakwa sang sari 72%. Ani financial achievement aka 72%. Physical achievement aka 60.10%. Mihing a chom thai tu food line mihing noi ni sing khat sang li mi pakhatin tui liter som sari ni tin donga pethei tu ra roman ani tin a cover tu area khoi nghe chomang ti chu mual lung thu tanga tui jem atanga a chom thei aizol veng thang heng mual pui te mission veng thang ITI mel model veng college veng le dang te le solai mual lung thu che vel khwa falcon mel riat kel si song kan MIZORAM Medical College te kan hospital te ten mel riat te kel si hwal ngau mun eta sam tang not lung leng wan te hi chom thei tu ra nei ani pu speaker hei hi troi tlang atang khian tui gravitational po tha kin heta mual lung thu tanga son dissolver lian pui noi som panga dong siamin chu ta chang chuan ai zon mun frang pek tum ani ti chuan mual lung thu tanga chang chuan a che vel khwa sang kalkong phiyami chim phei kan han ti khwa song jong so an khabaranga ten heta ngani Trinity Hospital bula son tengki dang lian kan siam le anga chu mual lung thu tanga kal lo kha a local pheyanga Trinity Hospital bula tang chuan heta mual pui lama te kalanga ten che pamin tem te kan pam chawanga ti chuan ni chena kan soi mission veng te le hemi athang lam hoba kha cover thei tura te ni food lai tui da call food lai helai area te chom thei tura buat sai ani ti chuan helai a chom tur area ami te hi troi tlang changa gravitation a chom ani chuan isola phase 1 phase 2 atanga tui khol kan pam hi an ring lo anga alo chak gang khai to anga ti kha a scheme ani atang puya a scheme he tharuk chung fur lai tui tam lai atana man tur ani amar kan engineer ten an chu dan chuan tha lai point some mual lung thu borvel so chu a chom thei tura be sei chu kan engineer te chu dan le ro man na ni
Zobelna zoturin zona nei tu zom ta pulal doma kan some
Post Speaker, gravity lak tur dang hirim chang kan la nem ti kha kan zot ma sadu phota tin a han lak na tur a intek la ya khe lui tui kan han la don nge thang lama tangin lui tui kha troi tlanga kan pam chawanga chu ta tang chuan gravity kan kalti don ti lai kha kan fedu boka tin ka zona ma sa nen khan khoi molai tlanga abul naya lui pam chho thei tur om chuan kha ta tanga gravity aizol chom tir kha thei zel don awangin adang hual kan nem ti kha kan zot ngal ania chuan furlai a capacity ka kan fria kan mamo hun tu chu thalai khani zoka thalai a khan engzange a capacity khani theyang abulvel anuai dewa lui te po han pam chho angzong khan khalai kha aizol le helai ngol lung thu ti ven kan mang tangkai thengem ti kha kan fedu boka ten tui rial le tui rini hi kan don lo thei lova hemi a river crossing lai a hian apai patso kha khang do lovin mi pui huan le lo nei tan le ram vak tan po han rin ngal thei te khanin le lo nang de le kin siam ngal rem chang thengem ti ta ka kan zo ta ni
zo bel zo turin member zom tak uke ti ro kho kin so me
pu speaker kalome zo bel na he hi dimana khan ka soi to a ma se kan pui nari ek lo wangin kan sot le mai anga poimo lutu ka wangin sai ku he kapur hiat theinan ser kor kan missionary te om na le chen na khwa ani a tui hi ti pa ramami kan la a thal lai le ni pui lain a tui hi atlem em awangin an kham khop ngai lawa chu wang chuan water pumping hangin min pam sak thengem ti kan zot duwa a khon hoya hian tui pam tur thatak kol cholwi a omani
le thayang ang chang turin achang tu deputy chief minister zom tak puton le kan so me
pu speaker he project ka funding kan mu na hi ne shit kan te ni a bani thak takin 10% funding ani a chu tiang chu ani a pu speaker he hi sarkar ma sa atanga kan PH minister tena an lo rom man ani a kan bo zui zela chu mi kal chu ani ti po kha voi nia hian kan sei lang du ani ten adot le chuan tianga 10% funding ani ma hian heni tak tak ani ma hian kadam lo lai khan an local thathi na kan officer te an baleng thina ma se ka hu phut lutuka ka soi to in ka hia ni khat chu ka pu hei kan ti fil te ma nang te ron le ta ka chaw le na ka lom lutuka voi ni thleng hian khaminia ka lom kha ka diu ru hian na thir le ta trôi tráng hual tu ram atang khian tui hi dot tu ra ni khi ta khian kan soi thui deu le kanga na ki na po thong kan phele mai thea kan MLA te nen hian abial tu pa ti kum bial tu pa te nen kan soi thina department hian forest ho te nen thei top kan chwa tanga te khi te khian in mun tha deu hia oma tui kang lo ani chu fura attachment area zau pui khatin kan khwa panga tui kho lian pui kan sia manga chu fura kan tui da kho la kha ti hian ron luang thang ti ani pai po he in chi som paria ta lian ani an phum thui to khop men ha pe chu an thok thaviang kan engineer te nan sia chu akal phung tu chu ani tu na hian assaults kha ni food tui man changkai tu rain water harvesting kan tiang deuh hlek hi akal phung tu chu ani ti chon fura tui pam khol mang lova heta khatiang ang veng ai zol chim lam veng tam tak alu chom thei ni kha chuan heta kan diesel electric power ma kan man na khol ta na kan sen so kha alo phu su akhai apot tiam do na ti kha ngai tu na pakhata chuan ani tin intek kan ti chu intek ben lai che chu atui kho kha ti khan ram zau pui atang khan fu tui lo do tụt lệ khát tiếng ang đông sông tụt khan xiêm anh ấy asol chú kan engineer ten thật thok tụt ra anh ngay về anh ấy tin tuy là tuy ni crossing dầu thế xiêm hi tuy liền là cả ahim lộ lâu om viêu in cảnh xia chú tu na hi cho nên kami kai lo de khan ti dan te po kan zong ani tu na hianin tui kum nar hi thala po akang lova kan thia eng po ni selangin kan member zong te kan zo na thil ti theyan ni em han ti zo na lai tak kha chu kan engineer te point an lo bo zoi tu ra ngai ta ila atha anga tin voin nia hian hemi mundang atanga han chun bel na tur tui khata handa lu tur kha chu kan lam mu mai lova pakhata chon pu speaker rainwater harvesting hi mana kan siam daom tak te ne kan soi hianin atong kam mi ka chin chia reng maya Mizoram fura tui heti tak hian tam si ti chuan pu sang atangin khuta bud diam lama aluang khazar zar maya ti chuan loya aluang khawma khuta tangin loya thleng te te pom chho kan tum le si hi chu engamutin lui puya thlen ba do khol dan kan siam hi kan ngai tuak tu la ni ati hi ka fereng thina chu tiang ang chuan troi tang po attachment area zau puile tui tai ko khami fu chunga local ho khan tui tam taka kha alo che khol theng ti ka tringa chu mi zoma chuan hemi rei ek tlanga po khon compound reservoir lian pui siamin attachment je pui siamin aizola he te ron luang thamai tu ti bun zol theng khwan ati thei don point tu na hiang kan engineer ten an je nga chu tiang chuan kan engineer thian nge ni gravitation emo ten ani lo le rainwater harvesting ati hi na satakin tu na hian an zong ani te po kha kan soi du ani voinia hian kan project hi kal tuan zel chuan nakum lama ti khi chuanin an zo thok mai om mange kan ti khi ta atui khwa na tu chui zem lian pui kan ti na tu khi te mina mun chung changa har san kan nei te po ti han solution kan siam chho zela kan siam rem chho zela tu na hian thala in na hi uluk takin ko takin an thok don po ni in kan ria kha adin mun tlang pui chu ani tin ser ko lampang kha tu speaker tui kha po ni selangin apoi mo chu ni tu na kan soi lai tak assures anar tak mai kha lak ta ka om lovem ti lai kha
ser kor khon hoya hian kol o lui le kol cho lui thatak oma chu solar pumping pump tur chuan thatak ani
ole kan lo survey yanga tu na kan program kal to khan cover to in ka ria chu ala khop kham lo ani ero chuan khami tu na in rot nar taka kha kan lo chin chianga kan lo survey don nia anar kha om chuan adanga hi chu zoi hi chuan in program ma siam thei zela kha ka chan na ani
Mr. Question number za Somrid le Palina zo Turin members of the Pu Vanal Lana kan so me
Pu Speaker Sir Chief Government College hi tun na khan nak team den A grade an pe kalom pu ni ti kha kan star lang masai nge Star question za Somrid le Palina Minister Zaom tak Higher and Technical Education Department changtu chanatan A Sir Chief Government College a hian Women hostel omem B omlota se enge chan ti kazote
Chal Turin achang tu Minister Zom tak Dr. Arlal Thanglena kan so me
Pu Speaker kan member Zom tak pu vanal hana zo na na Sir Chief Government College a hian women hostel omem ti chan chu Sir Chief Government College a hian women hostel bina lo ta se nge chan ti chuan a oma ka chu chan na ni se thome
Mizora nei tu bolal na kan so me
Speaker lua lumaniam ti che ka zo tange
zona toiboka Nichin Khan Vice President Khanin Chief Minister vote of thanks proposed to Rika Somika Dikha Hela hearing vote of thanks Yangaiti Atia word of thanks Tito Rotia Kan ti Dharani Agati Alo Tis Helto Roti word of thanks Atianiju Le Chang to Rin Minister Zom Dr. Allah Tangdina Somle Zobel the mo kan zong de uche kan mulo sersi bil tu re o bulal do ma
Speaker Kalome ne ai great kan han ni hi kan lom khop maya great hian ham thana ke nuala nia antia kan la sengai silova chunga chuan skill based course diploma theng tele postgraduate course tepo akeng tel theini antia Sumi di tursuan additional teacher kakan mamodona. Tunlaya hay skill development entrepreneurship lampang hi kan kalzel na turan niya wangin. Hemi skill based course diploma thingle postgraduate course. Tidan hi min ngai tua zui pui theyangem di kan zot ni
Le chang turin chang tu mini sawzam tak Dr. Arnold Thangli na kan so me
Speaker ne Sership College mandi kan soi sok to a lo mong kho maya kan ai zol kho pui pon lam panga ka khia sol chuan kan government college a hian a grade score chunning ka ria a lo mong tak zet ani lo lumen aniam ti zona nei tina ron zona kha han chang ma sa don te la that karinga hostel ti khan kan changa amaro chu lo lum ti lai taka kha chana ngai ta chu kan changa Government Sership College sa women hostel hi University Grant Commission antia UGC Government of India tagin sumhu manga sakhania a total project cost hi Noi Somali Pakua 0.73 lakhs ania. Ta chuanin state share te khawma UGC big Government of India na aron pek hi Noi Somli ania. State matching share hi Noi Som Pakua 0.73 lakhs Noi ani. Chuan viable khom kha Noi Somwa Pakua 0.73 ania. Ta chuanin Noi Somli UGC share hi women hostel saknan hianin fan zo to ni amaro chu sakna hi zo fel thei chialo ani na chan hi kan ria ta poimen ka ria kan state matching share hi kan lamu thei chialo dewa tun han ke deposit omning ka ria hi nakin loka bin release thei tura kan be se ya chuwang chuan kan sun zom le na tur lai hi arang taka kalpui kan tum ani ti kan soiduwa grade ten boka hi ne lo va thei tur tan na duomin ka ria tension ma kan la tura kangai ani ti kha ni ta angsela kan member zom tak pulhana han zo na chana kha abial tu ni bok puduana zo bel na dangaran zo kha apoi mo a ne grade anan ni hi chuan dik tak chuan adana dang dewani emi rusan hoi hianin ti zong hen soi teila emi tlema du sakna big khandong tur hian grade ani hi chuan kongo om big ani building infrastructure lama tele thil dang dang khan ka soi don la tam tak soi tur manga tin college tam tak hi chuanin hi an kin lowani thei to pon chwa antin lo tak zet ani tianga sership inan kin hi alomum katia tun hnai hianin college pathum dang te po hianin thei to panchwalain hei kabial ngei engeni na thil government college te pon tin chia lowa bi an om raya an di hi fal takin te hanan om chu wang chuanin an tan hi chuanin enge mo ham that te hi chance asan karing dewa tin chumi pialama chuan ni china han soi PG class ti lai taka hi tuna hian rusa thi hi government of India hianin engtin nge min kalpui do ti thuto phela siam theilowa chu asiam ma si hi chuanin hemi faculty handa bel na turata na ruam han na kan han siam he khoi don ta a tin chuti mek lai chon post rock da kha tur tam tak zani don borvel pension chuak nen thi nen kan lo nga na kara khan khalai recruitment big lai tak hianin thui tak a khoi ve a chuwang son PG class khal na turatan hian soi lok thui lu tu khi a harsa devani ti hi kan ta lang duwa tin chuti mek lai chuan kan soi le do chu hemi skill development ti hoi zong ning ka ria pu do zo na khatro khang te khachu ne akal pui thei dan au mai theya engpon ni sala kan lo explore anga I kong hia om vele maya amar PG class ti lai tak a hi chu te min hei kan government college tuna hianin pani khatai chong kan han ti nok tana I tam tak ai chong kan clean chia lo ni ti kha kan soidu ani chu ka chan na ni mai sela I thil pakhat kan soibel lu lok chu hemi tuna hianin upgradation of existing college to the model degree college ti hi kan ne hemi hi ta hianin college pali unqualified ti mai la pe kan ni a government sathel college te siha college te mamit tele jethan kima college te ne ni hi anran do da po hi tam deu bi ka college dangina infrastructure lam le thil dangan don vaibel chenia ni lai khan an ni bi khianin vaibel cheli an donga ta chuanin heng component te hi ani na taka chuan aspirational district college te don tura ti ani amaro chu India Marchak state tele Himalayan state and timaya special category state B ka hi chuanin naka grade musang kha khami state B ka chuanin engemo du sak big na aumani ti kha kan thiat tlan thainga ria a chubang son Mizoram kan college te po na B ka an grading asang ani chuanin kongro asuang ti kha retaila athome kalome
Star question number zale samre le pangana zo turin member zom tak pujo din tluang ralte ilo so mangu
Pu speaker kalome star question za sumre pangana ena Mizoram Sarkarin kumsang ni som ni June tha atanga COVID-19 den chena petrol chia vet 5% ati punle diesel chia 2.5% ati pun atanga tun thlenga petrol 5% ne diesel 2.5 chia pung bi ka tanga Sarkarin revenue amu belzat min thil theyam bina Mizoram Sarkarin kumsang ni som ni June tha atanga petrol chia le diesel chia atanga tun hun thlenga Sarkarin revenue amu chua zong zat min thil theyam tiania
sang turin taxation minister zom tak pu lal cham lena kan so me
speaker kalome group leaders om tak pu zo dun tluanga zo na ena petrol le diesel vet reti sanani nuwa Sarkarin revenue chia pung bi engzat nge mu ti kha hei hi channa ni Mizoram Sarkar taxation department in kumsang ni som ni ju na tanga petrol 5% le diesel 2.5% chia pung bi atanga Sarkarin revenue amu bel zat exact figure chi hi riat thei ani lova heti lai hian petrol le diesel atang hian chia ti pun ma June sang ni som pakua atanga March sang ni som ni chungin vaibel chia som riat le pali point pali pathum alu ta chia ti pun nu June sang ni som ni atanga mar sang ni somni pakhat chungin vaibel chia somriat le pali point panga paru alu ta heti hian apunna nialang ta chu cheng nuai som pathum point 02 ni bina Mizoram sarkarin kumsang ni somni June tha tanga petrol chia vat le diesel chia vat atanga tun hun thenga sarkarin revenue mu chua zong zan min fil thayem Mizoram sarkarin kumsang ni somni June atanga tun hun January sang ni somni pani thenga petrol le diesel atanga revenue mu chua zong za chu June sang ni somni tanga mar sang ni somni le pakhat chungin vaibel che somri le pali noi somnga paruk singli sang khat le somko le pariat ania April sang ni somni pan khat tanga January somni pani thleng vaibel chia za somli pali noi somsari pariat singli sang kwa zani somnga pali ania tichuan nikum June sang nikum nilo sang hi som ni June atanga January sang hi som ni pani chunga revenue muza chu cheng vaibel che zatni le som ni pakwa nuai som thum le pali sing khua sang thum le somnga le pani ani e
so bela jo turin zona nei tu member zone to pujo ni thunga
Bu Speaker kalome kan taxation minister hi aha le maya sarkar sum ti thaturin chia chi sang an la petrol le diesel la mir theite mi har sa jok te po ngai to man lowin ti sanga electric bill te chuti rolin austerity measure ankal pui boka tui a botol te po meeting a po man lo tur tin chi sang in austerity ankal puya pu speaker chu tiang khopa sumlak lu mihar sa tak te po huama chi anlak lai chuan kan minister chen khaten an ren pui si lowa vokte pakhat leina noi ni ten bang mai maya chu wang chun pu speaker ka zo na chu pu speaker kan taxation minister hian heti tak maya an ren pui lo si chuan mire thei te chok jang khainan petrol le diesel chia hi atin hiam thei le lom ni ti kha ka zo na pakhat na ni a tin panhi le na hi pu speaker apui mo ema hey taxation ani ba ka home department changtu ani a voin ni ai hian petrol pump sang ai hian petrol hi azo deuh duak maya petrol hi an petrol mang lo te he hriatania hei hi petrol man to tur hisapin kan petrol stock sa te hi an reserve me ti lai hi mitam takin ngai tu na an mang chung ta chu khongai takin mi puitan thu di ka niam ti hi ma min lo lak sak thengem ti kha ka zobel na bok ani e kalome
zobel na zo turin member zom tak puram than mo ya so me
pu speaker kalome ka zobel na chu tun haya diesel le petrol man Mizoram sarkarin atithiam mem tinhiam se engza tin nge tinhiam ti ka zobel na ani e kalome
ole zon karki khlom khop maya a thayang ang sang turin vokte mante a sang thayem tin corporation department de om te pokatela thayang ang sang turin minister job de pucha bulal cham le na kan so me
speaker a minister concern kan vokte ni lo vok pui ni vokte man to ti kha ti lo tu ran yang vok pui man to kan du le kan ti don ni ai nga po chu ni sela central sarkar sumani e ti khani mina soi bokin ka tia en po ni sela member za tak group leader zodin thuangan zo bel na pani ne ya anu nung zo kha kan chang hasanga petrol hian pe chuak lo ni kan hre dewa atau hunan ngak deu ni o me tia taxation lam hi chon petrol an nei le nei lo poi kan hre lo an pek chole cholo poi kan hre lo wa supply lam chan nia kan nga ya hei hi chu cái này chọn ăn sẵn khát chọn in khát ta trăng khan vết lâu lạc về khá cần duty đều anh ạ ăn sẵn lệ sẵn lâu lông khát cả hết mấy lâu thì khá cần sấy chiang đua tiền petrol lệ diesel xe thì niệm thấy anh ấy lom này thì khá cô bà bùi hàn rõ bel nó nên khá này nằng đều alo mom lên cái kia mà na duty cần này lại khan All India Radio ION News, Regional News Unita, Assembly Session hi ka vil vea. Kala hi reng chu members on tak kan zing om talo puset di sang lian kha ruling lam khanin azu he thu kha an soi jing de woni ome aron ding chu ka mi tha po lo om po speaker iding lo mi te khanin kazu in thu ngo thien soya ka bo mu te in te po hi soi ve se thang ran ti chu tiang deu lek chon wat re ti san lai hi i ve lo mi te hian an war dewa ti niam lam pang hi an soi ve du si lova ma se kha zona pania khan chan na hun rem chang tak kan ne ya tun na ya khan petrol le diesel a hian vat ret hi nasa takati ni mani nikum November ni li khan order achuaka petrol le diesel man ding laya cheng sari ve in ti ni mani chutiang alo ni chuan petrol a 10.5% in ti ni mani ya chu amount zong soi chuan petrol man cheng za pakhat le poisa som thuma tang khan cheng som ko le pali le poisa som thuma atla niama tin diesel man hi 14.5% tangin 5.32 atla niam boka chu atlang niam na chu 10.8% ania a poisa chuan cheng som riat paruk le poisa som thum pasari atangin cheng som sari le pakua le poisa som thum paru alo ni ta hei hi i veila matang khan soi lo ma voina soi na hum rem chang kan hi kalom le mai
Star question number zale somriat le parukna so turin member zom Dr. Vanlal Tanpuya bilang so mangu Dr. Vanlal Tanpuya kan bidang at authorize him.
Speaker remiti chuan nin authorize thowa kalau ti vai don am ni ko Speaker Public Health Engineering Department chang to minister zom tak chanatan star question numbers are somret parukna will the Honorable Minister for Public Health Engineering Department be pleased to state JJM scheme noya solar water pumping project tender te central scheme guidelines magachu aniem bina solar work tender chang thei tur registered farm engzat nge Mizoram omti anie
chang turin achang tu deputy chief minister zom tak pudon le ya so me
Speaker, member, the chan hi JJM scheme noya solar pumping project tho tur atan tender chua dan tu san pa JJM guideline a om lo a san pa in siam a om lo ve ti ani bina solar work tender hi PHE PWD Empanel Farm Finance Department in Nepal Central PWD te le dang ten an noi register farm ten an sang thei veka farm hi engza chiang nge khanga khan a om phiat ani lova ke ni PHE department a hian register contractor kan ti hi hey levin te an han en thuak ka first class ship pariat aluin register ve PHE a hian ten second class ship panni ten third class hi chu pakhat nia ten class 4 ero chu za somli chuang zet an omani chu ani heta hian aron zo na hi tuna khan solar pumping scheme makha engem bazat kan neya ka soi tong khan zat chuang kan ten dara chubia chuan centralin hemi solar pumping bi ka tan hian tender chu dan tur kha guideline san aron siam lova heta works department tena tender an chu dan phung pangai khan chu ani in ten a chang thei tur po kha any register contractor kha any department mi kha an ni ti kha kan soi việc giao de wani
Zobel na zo turin members am to pusingun lian chunga so me
speaker kalome kabula thu ina soyang khan demand soi tu makhan ka soya ma se kan minister zam ta khan min react lo tat maya sarkar masa a combine solar pumping kan ti phai tharu kwal wan ne sai ka kha survey lai khan lo ti thang lo de ulak ka tui thal a hian a kham khop mang ta lo kholi la in to mani awangin khami tuna an intact atanga thlawak kilometer zathum vel laka khanin kurung kan tia tui thad mai khami lui luang tha kha oma khala ya tang khan JMM scheme hnuai tang hian cheng tampo nga in karing lowa solar line khakal to vekani awangin min pam lu sak intact khan min pam lu sak le thei ra mangem ti ka zona pakhat na ni panina chuan hemi JMM noya solar water pumping project ka hian kabial dil tang khu tuya har khop maya kariya dan chuan kha tender to ama se chang tu anom lo ti kha ten di tender ni le to em itinge ma la ka ni to ti kha khawai min thil the chuan kalom leng
chang turin dividu siam jam ta puton le kan so me
speaker kan member za tak ngu den chu kan zo na kha ni phai ta rule ko sa ka compound khami kha tu na hian ni kan la abandon hau lova ma ro chu atu la ngin kan en kol so ja la tin pakhata chon JJM scheme ma hian khotin te hi atian kan jir chho akal chho lai mek ani kan lo en zui ange tu na anh cả cái tiêu hết cả chụp chiếu soi tu chọn cả lại để cả dục sẽ thiếm mấy lầu mấy độ chú tùy lạc tùy hi chú PHE department hi chọn trả hi chú giống chặt đồ na funding bộ hi tu na chọn bát thiên gia ra cần har salu tuk to lo tu ra bộ còn ngay khát tiếng problem của
kan zone le chana hun hi zota kan chan zo tir don em le chang
khat yang har sol tu kho kha JJM ki ma hian ti hian in kan op ene kan te ti pui tling thei de zel ma ya alom om khop ani ten heta tu na an soi zel na tu na kan ten dar ho khan ni chi na ka soyang khanin solar pumping scheme hi kan contractor first class da zong hian an chang mai thei bik lawa chan chu a technicality kha adang kat maya ati thang ten ngai ta tuna po za chuang han tender kha chuanin dik tak chuan heta register contractor tu po ming kha na chan thei amma ero chu tel ngai ta heta solar pumping experience dei te de na an in co-operator katianga joint venture anti kha kan phal top mai ni vai po ni se som ru ka ti top tik tak chuan a chan chu tho kan du si chu tiang chuan ni chu ti kara chuan tu da khan member som te kan soya khan pani pathum hi chang tu om lo a hun kan ban ba a toi si an oma chu mai ba ka chuan tu da hian tender hi an scrutiny hi an zo tre pa chu si ten kal chonga chunga chuan a pumpuya khat mi result la kha si te lu phot lo chuan ka tengan retender tur khan a chop le chil khan ti mai lo dan hi lo oma a dan kan zo mangai si kan man mo bok si arang theng bera retender kan lo tu mang khalai kha chu
Who speaker thil toite ding lok tun assembly session a hian zona som ni kan ya star question som le an star question ni pakhat na alo chuak lo ba an star question tu na hiarin pathum alo chuaka hei po hi star question ka zo na khani le ngala om zia hi nganiang ti heta house karon pret tirani
le alo mom khop mai ke puna soi tur ka nei lai ni ya po thinani ya po chu lo ani lo ani yang ringa number 1 aju nam ti khatin members om dokte kar soi du chu zo na kha covid ke pun kalo covid ve lau maya khalai kharin tle matlai deu kan nei ma se kha zo na le akal phung pa ngai jong jong kham member ten hena tun he dong kim lo ni point kanon pele fe kan chu ole tuna chuanin presentation of reports kan kalanga pu valal hana chairman jaum tak public accounts committee in hang 9 report on the report of comptroller and auditor general of India for the year 2015 to 2016 relating to agriculture department le panina 10th report on appropriation accounts for the year 2016 to 2017, 2017 to 2018, and 2019 to 2020 excess expenditure te hi house do kana run present se kan so me
Who speaker iphalna le he house zaum tak kremti nain he 9 report of the Comptroller and Auditor General of India for the year 2015 to 16 relating to agriculture department he current present
a copy kha hansem ula Kanchan Kim em Kanchan Kim chuan adot le kan kalanga tuna chuan legislative business kan kalanga hi anon tilwa ta hi chuan apani kan dingha lo mi ai dingha lo chon report le oh sorry
Who speaker iphalna le he house zaum tak kremti nain he 10 report of appropriation account for the year 2016 to 17, 2017 to 18, and 2019 to 20 hi current president
le lo mo me copy kha han sem le ula chin khan on sem en ti hal kan ngai wang ania ti hal chok ania akhanga ti po he om thin reng ani copy khan sem zo bem xem cho tao mò chẳng kêu em ole với đại hiện sarkar bill kan ti mai pathum kan này a bill copy te hi bulletin part 2 akaron sem to a member te na ama sign the Mizoram Market Regulation and Facilitation Bill sang ni le som ni pani kan lama sampiranga tuna bill nei tu Dr. Arlal Thanglena Minister Zom takin hausa introduce phalna rondil se some
o speaker remti nain the Mizoram Market Regulation and Facilitation Bill 2022 he introduce
introduce rondil la
karondil
ole Minister Zom takin introduce rondil la kan remti em ole kan Minister Zom takin abil te ron introduce la tin house sai hop turin ron move hal se kan some
ole pu speaker kalome hei voini kan se sondi nung bera bill poimo tak mai tuna introduce minham phal saktak the Mizoram Market Regulation and Facilitation Bill 2022 kan han ngai to ho thei tur hi kalom hle ani hei covid awang hian harsanalian tak mai khovelin kan tok vek maya India po kan Bangladesh Mizoram po atua repol tak te po hi kan ni ome chumi awang chuan voinia ka bill putlu hi poimo katia covid pheichom lo se chuan sang ni le somni borwel khan pu speaker he bill hi putlu ngei ge ngai to tur chiang ate ka ngai dewa amaro chu covid kara engemo ti tin session phei ka chu kan han nei nok dok na chungin thil ti ahar savio maya amar chu voinia kan session hun nin thung ber maya he tianga kan han ngai to thei tur hi alomom kati pu speaker ichunga po lom thu kan soya tin kan assembly staff te poina thei top chua he tiang kan han ngai to na turata na thale zung ngai to na se na wang te poin lom thu kan soi ma sadu hrim hrimani he Mizoram Market Regulation and Facilitation 2022 bill hi ne toite an soi thei ani in ka hiamaro chu kan thia tu tul chin ero hi chu oming ka hia kan tar lang pot potanga pakhatna chuan the Mizoram Allocation of Business Rules 2019 schedule 3 noi kanin Commerce Industry Department ti tu le chan bowa ta aloni chung allocation of business rules chuanin regulated markets le market acts kan ti te tin village markets kan ti te le price regulation of meats hei sa ti te vegetables kan ti te le cereal ti te kha da te le ni ti chuan eng subject tarana hianin inen kol na mumal takhi kan lo nei lovani chuwang chuan covid-19 alo ni phei kha chuan ni puin hei an thiam lo lek leka phun ri po kha ana savio ani chuwang chuan hei henga wang hianin market hi a theiang anga mu mal zok ka kan regulate ta tin thai le thei le sa kan han ti te bik taka aman bi khia chung changa te thil ti tu tam tak awma chuwang chuan he bill hi วันนี้เฮียนกันรถปุดหลุดฉันป่วยหมดตักไม่นี่ประคัดนะอันนี้ปัญหาหน้าส่วนกลุ่มสังที่ Market and Call นะ Commerce and Industry Department กุตลันอันนี้ขานิน Market and Call ด่านมูมัลตักขะกันละนี่ลวะกัน Local Market and Call ละตุรตานะด่านกันมองฟังอินอาทิมซิมิน Market Regulation ด่านกันเราในต่อมาลายมีเตติน Mizoram Market Regulation Amendment Act 1996 เตเล 2008 ตาผู้ Speaker repeal ต่อกันเราในต่อทิ้นเตค่ะตุนไล่มิลเฮียนินกันเฮเร็บอังไงแต่มายาส่วนส่วนกันรำมิลาเฮเร็มตุรินเฮบิลฮีกันรอนบวชใส่อันนี้ดังเลยส่วน market regulation มูมัลกันเสียมพัดโลสิจวดินให้กันฟ้ามารัฐชวกตู้กันหันติเตอันทิลทาร์ชวกเขาน้ำมันมูมัลอันนี้เทลวะให้สรการเฮียนกันง่ายไปหมดเลยไม่ยาไทยจีนด่านตูดแข่งปอยเฮียนทุกลูกน้ำมูมัลเสียมให้เขาวางเฮียนินอ่างห้องเตลนี่จะวางส่วนเฮบิลฮีอปอยหมอนี่ติค่ะอปฐุมนาตานกันสวยดูนี่ติดดังเลยส่วนเองอัธารชวกตู้กันฟาร์มกันหันติกุดนัทกตู้เต้นอันทิลทาร์ชวกมาร์เก็ตฮีมันโจกันขับเทนตูร์เละตีนจะตีเมกลายจนอะไรตู้เตปอยนะเองนี่นั่นลุตุกลวานเลยเทนตูร์อัตานเฮียนินมันสร้างลุตุกสีเหลา reasonable price กันหันเตียงจีอา market rate มุมัลตะกะเสียมฮีอัตุลตอริมชิมันนี่จู่ๆอดิกนั่นจู่lockdown ไล่ขานินกันเสียหุ่นเช่นกระส่วนนินไม่ยันติลขัดที่อาตีร์เตอาทาร์ชกตูเตนันทัลเทนะฮิจูเจงสมทุมบอร์เวลเตเล็กอันนี้ไล่ขานไอโซลาโลเทนิส่วนอาตัวไล่เบอร์ขานเจงซาเตอโลนิดตัดไม่อยากเกี่ยมาเงยพอ lockdown ไล่แต่แค่นี้คนทั้งลำปังผู้รินพวงเบียละคู่มีข้อรินี้มาคงกระสุกละเลียนปุยไม่ข้าเจงสมนิเล็กขันกาเลยเจ้าไม่อยากไอโซลกันแค่นั้นรอจนขาเตละคัดเตลเองก็มอสัดอินอันมัลติพลายอันเสียนเบละที่ขานตัวตักตะกินกันเลยเหลาเทเหลาอันนี้เตียงแต่ขานินมูมัลตะกะทิลฮิกันไงตัวอภัยมอดีติค่ะเฮบิลเฮียนโกกันนี่ส่วน market price กันฟิกนัวเฮียนินproducer กันหันติเตเล consumer เตอินการะเองนี่เริ่มตะกะทิลเสียมตุ้มโดนนี่ไงตัวนั้นอุลุกตะกินเต้นอันตาเลทายจัวถินเตฮีสรการะเฮียน registration มูมัลตะกะตินะฮีอมเทลวะเฮงตะปอยฮีเฮบิลเฮียนอารอนเก่งติลโดนะเต้นอดังเลชวนกงดุงเลมานี่ดูน้ำมุนมายะมูมัลโลเลอมเสนยลวะกันอินโพถินเตฮีมาร์เก็ตมูมัลเตกันหันในโตที่ชวนินอุลุกเดว่าหันเซ็งลุดานแต่พอให้กันไงตัวไทยตัวง่ายเตละให้เฮียนินกงเลยละมาเที่ยงริมนั่นละมามีนช่วยลุกกับเบสครบไม่อุลุกเดียวกันติดไทยชนให้ไอโซละส่วนมิวนิสิพัลกันเนียติน local council เต village council เตทิ้งกลางอ่ะพวกกันหันในพวกกัน sanitation จงสร้างแต่พวกให้เฮียนักข่อยโดนะตินซีดกันหันเป็กด่านตุดเข่งแต่พอเฮียนมูมัลตะกินเฮบิลเฮียนินเองก็หมดเช่นนักกินด่านกันละเสียมตัวแต่พอมังเก่งไทยตัวรักกันง่ายอันนี้ติน market in en kol na bumal takhi kan nei lo wang hian kan market hi street dang te ne na kal phung inang lo de mai pu speaker ania nang po he department poi mo tak mai hi i hun lai khan thei top chuin ma ila ti kan ria chuwangin kan ram chunga kan market kan nei ve ti hi engeni tha theyang per kan en kol hi atul ani ti hi kan soinon le duani tin chuba ka chuanin thilman to thilman control la tur hianin te fung mu mal tak hi nei a har khop maya chang chuan weighing machine ti mai la hi buk na ta poi kan man atul hial o mango an na le thil danga te pei chuan o ti te rin ko ngot lo de te po hian a tu langa ti te po kha kok tel thei o me tin chungba ka chuan kut na thok tu tele bazar thai zuar tu te phurit tlem theyang pra kan nei theina turatan hian e bil hianin akal pui do na tin he bil aron siam chu don hian siam chu ni don hian study group hi siam ani ta chuanin department tho pui then khatte pu speaker kan neya commerce industry department ba ka hian kan horticulture department te kan agriculture department kan an ti te then food civil supply and consumer affairs department te district administration kan han ti kan dc te khang te den khan study group kan siama uluk takin woine hian an ngai tu na an manga khamin ron khom khan eteng hena ron chop chuak ani tiang jong pun asoi thei ome chuwang chuan woine hian he ruam han na kan an siama hi abil hi he house a hian kan han tilu tapot maya uluk tak maya om zeneya kan kalani hi chuan he bil kan tilo ting thei chawani chuanin atop na ka soidu em mai chu revenue kan han ti mai sin loka kan sum mu kan han soi zo na kan han ngai thak ang de khanin he bil hianin sum sarkara po kan lak luna engemo chen mu mal tak maya regulate thataka kan kalpui chuanin kan ti thei kan be sei ani ti te po kha min lo khiat sak kha kan du ni chuwang chuan hoin ni kan member zom tak tak ten kha atlang pui dewani ti min lo khiat sak ta ang ula tin advance dewin ka hria so lo chuan kan assembly secretary lampangin pu speaker isoyang khanin kan lo zir thei tur khanin ron tarlan timela abu a copy min ron pe to boka kha tlang pui deu ani pu speaker kalome
le kan minister zom ten bil te ron pulutin ron soia soi tu lang ang te bil nei chan de ron soita kan soi howanga minute eza gain pek leng le member pakhat me house do dan le minute nga kan don mis kan le minute nga kan tianga soi tu nei zau de te nam chokarin pe menga o le tu han soi ma se berang le ole member zom tak ku ke lo dong le na so me atima se zok
pu speaker kalome venia the Mizoram Market Regulation and Facilitation Bill 2022 se ho na hun thatak mai kan nei thei hi alomom ka ti khop maya kan sia dangin kum sang hi som ni atang khan covid pandemic na satakin kan rama khovela lo thenga kan rampo kan sia total lockdown tu ma chua thei lo antia chok thei kan sarkar zom takin chok thei tur chin an bo se lai khan rampumin kan mang ang kan boi le maya chu ta chuan kan sarkarin kan chief minister zom tak kai soina le remruan na in chu ta chuan mishing mamo ni tin kan tak samamo visible and fruit supply chains kha aron din fata chu ta chuan meat sa kha tel bokani chu ta chuan an seng khan market bi ka lo en kol tu commercial industry secretary hovin kai chuan noya horticulture tenen mizo fet tenen ma kan la khati hun la ya akan mala na zong song kha tv te kan interview na sa khati hun lai tu na house sa tiang bil sei chole na hun kan nei hi kalom khop maya pathian en tiang hun tha min pe hi kalom tak se se ni ti kha kan sei tu a chiang ve tu a ko ve poka zinga tanga zan tei var do thoa tak samamo kan thai le thei te le sa te lo boi pui po la hang kom ve wangin he bil han putlu kan minister zom takin ron putlu hi tha hi kan ti khopa kha tang pui soya ani na taka chuan Mizoram hian kan mamo tok chu kan farmer te hian theile thai bi ka hi chuan kan in to del ani ti kha kan sei lang tel duwa amai ro chu bil kan mamo rem chu Mizoram sarkar hin red kan lo fix lo kha poilu tuka chu wan chuan tu na hian he bil om theina hu na hi chuan kan ป้าสันดีฮิจวันเฮลมากับเบียลชูเซอร์คันเตฮอร์ตกีเตอันนนดาไทยเลไทยเรดเลอเตลซัดที่ขัดไอ้อังโลเรอเฮตาดาลอนตั้งตุงเตเมลเรียตั้งตุงเตขัดยังเตียนหิวฟังคันอามูมันเหลววันนี้ตินสรการเลยโดนที่นี่จนอะไรข้าอันนนอัฟักเมขัดยังเตหาสนตั้มตักอมันนี้จู่วันจนเฮบิลฮิปุดลัวปัสเงี้ยเฮียจูนชันจู่เตลเฮลัมเตลฮิเลียนตีนเลวินโอ้ยเบสินกันติงเงี้ยง่ายอะกรัมเตโปมังอาขัดยังคันชุดที่งั้นตีจู่จู่เล่นที่ข้ากันใส่หลังเตลดัวที่จวนข้าเฮลัยกันเราซีร์เชียงโตตัววินวิสได้บุลบิกถ่ายเจฮิช่างจิช่างสมลีเล่ปฐุมรวมมันชื่อมิโซรัมถ่ายคันออกมาที่น่ะเตโดบิกให้มีบากขอกันที่เตเดนี่เตขัดเตหัวรัวข้าปักวัวออกมาฟรุตเฮจิข้าสมปรุกเอาออกมาที่จวนซากันไอจีหัวข้าจิกัวออกมานี่ข้างบ้าพวกคนนักกินอาจารย์ละออกมานี่ปนละเบลเซลเทตัวละกังไงข้างจีตข้ากันมาโมเล่นิตินกันตักสมโมกันเอเล่บาร์อัตรามาโมนี่ฟังอินเฮงรวมมันนรมสาฮิอัชากัติเล่ไม่ยะมีติ้งเล่เสียหัวหน้าพวกไฟลีไฟงากัติลเวียจุงเตียงจุกันเสียหลังเตลดูมาร์เก็ตมุนมีมัลตาเล่พอลเตโมlocal council เตนกอลมาโอ้ยไม่เตนกอลเราเอ็นกอลนี่เราสรการมุนามาร์เก็ตตั้มตักกันสักนักมุนาเฮียนขอไล่ให้กันกันเอเล่บาร์จงให้กันถมนักที่เอซีมุนเต้นดาโซกันเอเล่บาร์เดอร์ตูร์โซค่ะผู้สปีกเกอร์ปอนะขอไล่รัวสูระเต้นิสาเต้มอเตอร์พอลิวชันเต้อันซูร์ฮีอังไงมอมาจูวันจวนเฮบีฮิมูมัลตักเสียมากันมาร์เก็ตมุนาอินซูร์เซล่าที่จวนกัลกงโปอาเซียงจุดที่จวนเฮลัยมุนฮีที่เฟลจิงเฟลฮีอพอยโมเลนี่ที่ข้ากันสวยดูบอกอันนี้อินซูร์นั้นมูมัลตักในการที่ฟาร์มร์ที่ตันเฮียนอันนี้มุนาตอมเดินอันเสกอันว่าเลยสักที่จวนอาสวรตุเต็นโตตัววินเราจวระคอน sumer กันนินกันตัวฟักกันนี่เขาสตานจน problem ของเราว่าอะไรที่โซกตันเห็นหาสตัมตักมาฟังเห็นให้มันจุงก้าเห็นเฟลตักให้เตียงบิลอมหิจวนเฟลพัดให้โดนฟังเห็นอาสวรตุเตะฟาร์มร์ที่ตันปัวทิลชัดตัวนี้ฟังเห็นให้ฮีpass ไงนี่ไทยเสียตีนให้บิลฮีก็รอน support นี่กันแล้วไหม
Member Zom Dr. K. Pachua so me
Push speaker kalome. Hey, can bill the Mizoram Market Regulation and Facilitation 2022 bill he. Atale maya mizongzong koi ania merethe biratranga meho saber point chome te sa te kan leya tin kan ran vul te thlengin ancho kan leya he bill hi atha ka tile mayaที่กันรู้ในฮาร์เรียววินกระโจกกันเรียตังินเฮบิลเฮียนกุดนทกตู้เตโลกโจกอันสายทาร์เตอันรันฟุลตันสัลไทยนานเตอันสังคอยเตมันโจกันสัลไทยนานเตตินอะไรตู้อินลุงอ้อยตักเละคุณภาพอะไรไทยนานเตตินกันเรียตังินชุดมุนาลูกขาดสองตู้เตปอยน์lova lep naya chatlanga kanom theinana mumal taka systematic taka kalpui naturdan ania athale in kasia ai kanria tangin muntina kan kutna tok tu ten tranga thaile rante I kanin todel ve trana tran kan kholo mom tak zeta tin atong theidule awai dewinอาคาร์ชองเต้นอันลูลามิเทนขัดมิเฟลตักตะกันมลายินอุจวักตะกะเชียร์เตปนมาจุงเตจูรูดรัวละอัธารชวกตูโลกบกอะไรตูลุงอยบกตินอาคาร์ชองอาจวร์เตเล็บในบกอมเจเนยตะกะกัลปุยนะฮีไอบิลชัตักมิโซมิปุยเตมิรเทเลอีเมียวซับเบอร์มิตินเข่งพักอันนี้อัตเลนกะเรียตินอินรีจิสตาร์ทับอมเจเนตกะไอซอนนะเงลเงตเสียมนะอันนี้บอกตินเอ็นตีร์นัน
kan saleyemo kan thaileyemo alo sel lo dewa engmo health problem point in register thap ten ni chuan chui chua te olanga azirmi te tan po research te po tin record te po atha tak zetin ka ria tin ngai tua thui deuh chuan a department le ngai tua tu ten an ngai tua thawanga eng po hi await beisakal pui ani lo chuan abuka ari zong angai ve a hei phaya tele I khopui changka nga te chuan health ai thaina po ni se tin thei po ni se in chunga an lo da ta veka omzenei takin akala mishingtan arisela mason na tha ania he bili mi pui bil mir thei berle mi ho saber kun no thok tu te kan ran vul thinga ngongania bil thatak omzenei takakal theina changkan na mason na bil ania pom ngei ni se ti kha kan soyani e kalome
member jam tak Dr. Vanal Sana so me
Who speaker kalome anding ve chen zel me amaro chu mani tuina lamte alo ni buka toite kan soyenge hey the Mizoram Market Regulation and Facilitation Bill sang hi somhi patni alo oma hi alomom katia section thumna khan MRP ti turani thute khata khan ari zong atanga engeniang ari zong lampang te po engen away tang zonga malak turani tu te po kan minister zom takhanaron soi chho ani chuan palina number 2 subsection 2 khan no person or any agency shall without prior approval of the government start any new market ti ani farm laws te kha min ti khret chu tira Punjab te vaibel che sangtel fe mai kha helai mandi alo chuan engeniang ahlom lian a khachu ti theilo ti te agriculture marketing te po dan kan ne quintal li bak chu sal thei ani lo ti te ngemo ne hi kan nei ve khang te kha aron huam chho turangai la rules te pom chhawanga registration market shim sarkar market bak private market po kha anin register vek angai dona khanga khan sarkarin sumengemo za chu amu bel thei in karinga nian chena ka soyang khan section 4 subsection 6 a khan ari zong atanga te turani ti te ni a har de ulek mai the tira chong kan boi nak kin karinga amaro chu thil thra hi chu hanti chho nok khian a fel chho ve te pon ka ve thina sarkar hian nia market te anti chho don ania kan thewanga aizola pheichuan kongsira chome zuar an tam em market he ka ma biala pheichon ka din pui fo to ni kan venga son market om si amaro chu anoi bera anin no khoma satal sajorna tura khan chome ten zuara thing pui ador te oma alo theilowa achunga pangpar an zuara chungle classroom ania a classroom lam te po anhan chu asan to asong te po so developangai khop maya khang te kha kan tarlang ve cha ka he acti kan man trang kai huna chuan om zenei zokin I kan kalpo ka be sei ani lome
no member jam tak usil mon puya so me
Who speaker kalome wena kan minister zom takin the Mizoram Market Regulation and Facilitation sang hi som ni pani bill aron putlu hi kan thlop duwa hetianga bill tra mi pui kan zawai tana tra aron lut hi alomom ka ti khop me kha member zom tak tenan soi towa the Mizoram Allocation of Business Rule sang hi som pakwa schedule 3 wa khan Commerce and Industry Department te hianin ti tu le chan vo an han nei te jinga khan engmoni han siam rem ngai khawma khanga khanin siam rem tur tam tak an lo ne ya heng subject ta la na te hian subject sang arun tar langa kami noya khan chunga chuan regulation market and market yet tite village market le price regulations of meat tite vegetables and cereals tite kha khang te khada ania amero chu khang subject a khanin engeni han in food rual na entige kan han tiang heng subject ta na hian en kol na mu mal kha lo nutuk lo wanga he dan hi lo piang ta ani a voina hian dan thatak bil thatak kan nei don nin ka ria alomom ka ti khop me kha member zom tak tak tan sueng khan thil re reng hi uluk deuh tak le mu mal taka a buai pui ani lo chuan a buai thina covid-19 filen lai te pon red mu mal kan nei lo wanga mi pui te har sana lo thleng le mi pui phun thom te po kan han ria wena chuan khang te kha alo ziom karinga hei an zir uluk le in ka ria Commerce and Industry Department, Horticulture Department, Agriculture Department, NVT Department, Fisheries Department, Food, Civil Supply and Consumer Affairs Department, the District Administration, Ledang Tahian, Study Group, Siamin, Bill, Tunakan Pudlu, Meki, and Lozil Chiang Toa. A train are in Clark, in Kashia, Tinka, Kongdung, Mali, Dunamun, Huna, Omzenelo, and Pota Poka and Ronsoya, at the Copin Kashia, Kang the Poka. En market atam thiang ber lag lu tu man ni tur te kha alomong katia in Aizol Municipal Corporation po hian kong sira in zuar te tan hian helai po hian helai kan kom thlang sir loka po hian vendor te tan ruwa manna siama heng vendor te po hi mumal takin in rin te po helai horti kot vela te po kan hanin zuara a fel fai so tang reng khop maya amero chu a ret han bituk tele khanga khan ti tur tam tak mabak ikan lani ani entinan vokte po mi zo chuan a sum zong ten kan ti a in chi zong ten kan ti a ri zong kha ni lo chuan vokha i in chi somli paning theu thewa po han a rong sei zong kha i ai nang lo wa chu wang chuan a wait kha a ri zong khai nang tat lo mai chu wang chuan a ri zong mu mal taka ruam mana han siam te kha a tul khop mai ni pui ta tan po speaker tin an na tel khat theu theu po kha anh tiệt lâu viau mấy nè, chú vàng chuan, thil, tuna với na biển lâu lụt, hiền mua mất tất cả các tiếng đàn anh ông tụt tất cả, gần giờ vay tan, mi hậu sập berte, mi là thấy berte, gần giờ vay tan trăng cai tụt lệ, thì gần chор em tụt, anh tin sarkar em kol ni em lâu mi mal pol, VC NGO ten market anh lâu xiêm mang thế po mua mất tất cả registration xiêm ruộng mình nó xiêm anh tụt thế hi alomom katia sarkarin dana siam te le alek ko no puna po mumal taka heng te po hi enzuya kan VC local council te pona an lo tho phitul donin ka sia chu tianga dan mumal tak a om thei chuan ma son na sat nge ni sathiang him te chokme thiang him tui tak te dan noya fresh takin tin abu dik takin kan lei thei donin ka sia alomom ka ti khop maya he bil vena ron lu thi kan za vai ta na ni angin ni karon thop tua pas nge yang u tin karon thop ani pu speaker ka lo me
ngai huna mang tiam le mai ti kan chol huna kan chol renga dar nia kan lut le don nia